on, people? Today I'm going to be talking about Angel Has Fallen on Blu-ray and 4K, and I'm going to be getting right into the movie itself. And this was one that I wasn't looking forward to just because of the fact that I didn't really like London Has Fallen. I thought it was just a really gratuitous and nihilistic movie. I would consider that movie very nihilistic. But this one kind of brings it back. You still get the action moments that you want from this kind of wannabe blockbuster movie, but at the same point in time, it dials it back. It tells a more human story, and it gets into the character a lot more of Tom Brannan and who he is, and I did like that. I grew to kind of like Gerard Butler a little more in this role as this movie went on as well. This movie is really just stereotypical. It has so many tropes that you can see a mile away. I caught who the bad guys were a mile away, but that is what it is. I still enjoyed the ride, and that is the most important part. And that is why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And getting into the video quality here, starting off with the Blu-ray. This movie was shot all digitally. It is really damn crisp and clean. It has a lot of very defined lines to it, and it is just something that you guys, you grain haters, will really like, because there is no grain to be found here unless it is digitally put on here. You get a whole lot of detail when it comes to facial features, and a lot of detail when it comes to just the open landscapes that are in this movie, whether you're talking about being in like a forest of trees or in like the White House. All of it just has a level of detail that is really consistent. And then when you're talking about the black levels here, the black levels are really spot on. They dip all the way to black. And clarity is absolutely just as clear as you can expect it to be. I am actually going to give this a 9 out of 10. It is really damn good. And getting into the 4K copy here, so this was actually given a 4K digital intermediate, and on top of that, we are actually treated to Dolby Vision support here. So you can imagine that this is going to be the bump up that you guys would really want here, and it is. This is just a lot more refined than the Blu-ray, and you can definitely tell. You can see in detail a little more of the grit and the grime and just the dirt that is on our characters' faces when they are just really deep in it. And then you can see the beads of sweat pouring down their face. You can definitely tell. You can see every individual strand that is on Nick Nolte's face. On top of that, clarity is 100% excellent with really fine lines, and it is just great. But the star of the show here is the HDR and the Dolby Vision. That is because it just gives this color palette a lot more room to play, and you definitely got a lot more of a variance as far as skin tones and as far as just not having this color palette be so washed out all the time and just have a little bit more of a flavor to it. I do feel like that is way more prominent in this 4K version because of the HDR. And with the Dolby Vision specifically, whenever a gun goes off or an explosion happens, you can see that pop right off of the screen, and it is truly great. I'm going to give this another 9 out of 10. This is what you guys want to see from a bump up to 4K. And whether you watch this on Blu-ray or 4K, we are treated to the same Dolby Atmos mix. And let me tell you, people, you're going to want to check this one out because it's awesome. This is an aggressive mix that just gives you everything you want from this movie. The bass is thumping from the get-go, and it never lets up, and it has so many different tiers to it. It is so dynamic in that way. It is just really, really great. Speaker separation is just top-notch. It fills up your whole entire room. The soundscape is huge. It feels massive. There is quite a bit of fidelity here, and as far as height speakers go, they are very aggressive also. Whenever you hear a chopper going across your screen, you're going to hear it in your height speakers. And whenever there is an explosion on screen, it is going to carry through over you into the height speakers also. The score goes through the height speakers. You can hear echoes of people yelling in the woods. It is really, really cool, and it is just what you would want from a movie like this. It is very bombastic and just awesome. I am going to give this a 10 out of 10. This is reference quality material, people. So getting into the digital copy here, this is actually a Lionsgate digital copy, so you can redeem this to get the 4K version. And as far as the special features here goes, all of the special features are on the Blu-ray and the 4K disc. And that is pretty much just a little over a half an hour of special features on like 3 or 4 special featurettes that go into just the stunts of the movie, some mild spoilers that go into just the plot of the movie itself. And then there you go into the casting. You also get some TV spots and theatrical trailers. This is pretty standard, but I like the fact that it is all on the 4K disc. That is something that Lionsgate likes to do that I appreciate. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And getting into my last looks at Angel Has Fallen, I did not expect this movie to be as competent as it was. And that is what I'm going to give this movie. It put me through a ride. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was very, very rote. I saw every plot twist coming a mile away, but I didn't care. I enjoyed my experience with it. And if you are going to be able to go for this ride of this movie, I can guarantee you, you will at least enjoy what this movie has to offer. And when you add up all my scores for Angel Has Fallen on Blu-ray and 4K, you come out to the same grade of a 32 out of 40. That is largely because of the fact that the transfer of the video and the audio here is really damn solid, and the movie and the special features are just good. So, coming up next on the channel, I do have quite a bit of December releases for you guys. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out really damn soon, and just It Chapter 2 also. So things are going to be picking up. And I would appreciate you guys just let me know down below what this month would you guys like to see from me. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. I don't need to say it because you know it. And I will see all of you next time.